Doom Eternal, along with Doom 2016, has quite a bit of lore, from weapons, demons, environments, and codex entries. While I have covered a lot of topics within the Doom universe, something that I wanted to look at were the Corax tablets. There's been a few throughout both games, and they tie into the full story in some way, but others tend to leave us with even more mysteries. So let's go over the various Corax tablets and discuss the information they have. Starting off in Doom 2016, the Corax tablets are linked to a few demons. The first one we can look at is the Lost Soul. It says here, these demons are found wandering aimlessly within the temples of hell, as they search for a host to inhabit. When a potential victim is found, they will converge on the target and explode with a blast of hell energy. Lesser-willed beings weakened by the explosion will then be possessed by the demon, and the host soul becomes lost in turn. Tablets retrieved from the Corax suggest the lost souls are considered the lowest of the demons, even lower than imps, since the wandering nomads, doomed to forever roam the halls of hell, thrive on the weakest entities. Lost souls are despised by the other demons. Despite their lowly status, they should not be underestimated. This seems to imply that the demons of hell would have an understanding of their own hierarchy system, which is why the other demons dislike the lost souls. Next up is the Cyber Demon. The Corax tablets discovered during the UAC automated survey of 2143 mention an ancient battle in the Titan's realm during the Third Age. An expedition to the plains recovered several relics, including the petrified remains of a massive Shadow Lord, believed to be an ancient Bulgar demon. Researchers in the Lazarus labs began work on piecing the creature back together. At first, the project mandate was to construct an educational and inspirational exhibit. However, the focus quickly shifted when an attempt to meld the petrified tissue uncovered that exposure to small doses of plasmatic argent energy would reanimate the relic. The potential of creating living, growing tissue from the relic and the lure of an ultimate battle demon was too enticing to pass up. The project team quickly shifted direction and began work on melding the ancient remains with high-tech weaponry. So, did you ever wonder what the original Cyber Demon looked like? It's actually linked to Doom 2016 and another game. The other game is called Wolfenstein RPG, and it did include a final boss called the Harbinger of Doom. The player controls the character BJ Blazkowicz, who would use the holy weapon, the Spear of Destiny, to destroy its left arm and right leg. The ending has the demon saying, "No, I will find your blood, your descendants will pay," meaning that he would return someday as the Cyber Demon in future Doom games. And one descendant of Blazkowicz is the Doom Guy, or the Doomslayer. This picks up in Doom 2016, when the UAC would find the demon's body. They attach cybernetic parts to it and reanimate its flesh with argent energy. Wolfenstein RPG would serve as a prequel to the Doom games. The final note about this being is in the Art of Doom book from 2016. It says this: "These demons are of the highest rank among the denizens of hell. They offer service to no one, even the named demons." At first, it was believed that this was in fact a unique demon, as it is held in reverence among the lower order. But a tablet found in the Temple of Corax revealed that it is a unique genus of demon, only found deep within the bowels of hell. Within the Titan's realm, there are various regions that remained unexplored by the UAC. One such area is the Great Steppe. The Corax tablets describe this area in detail. Through the Titan's realm and down to the Great Steppe, where the trophies of victory are kept through the ages, their false idols banished to a wasteland, their towers fallen, their foundations ground to dust, their hollowed halls kept empty as cruel reminders that civilizations shall fall before the ascension of the Great Ones. This description seems to be about the victories hell has won, and the trophies of their victims are left in the Great Steppe. Countless civilizations have been destroyed and consumed by hell. Not one has survived the ascension of hell and its leaders. While the UAC was excavating the ruins within Mars, they were able to decode some tablets and scriptures. The data they collected was limited, but the Corax tablets suggests that Argent D'Nur is now a corrupted, lost ruin, a world that was conquered and then absorbed into the Hell dimension. The battle that took place here was of great significance, as the spread of Hell's dominion accelerated upon absorption of the region. The Hell energy that emanates from this region passes through a dimensional tear and appears on Mars at the Argent Fracture. The Corax tablets describes it in this manner: all falls before the command of Hell, for our power is absolute, our march to victory inevitable. Before our armies, even the elemental wraiths of Argent D'Nur were subjugated. In that great victory, the Night Sentinels, protectors of the wraiths, were betrayed by one of their own, and the wretches wept as we devoured their world and took the well for our own devices. None stand against us, for treachery resides in all things, and we shall set it free. This part is just describing about the process of when the demons would conquer any adversary, and through betrayal of their own, they conquered the land, corrupted it, and then absorbed it. I did cover the Crucible and its hidden prophecy in 2 videos before, but Olivia Pierce did leave a final note before she became the Spider Mastermind. Here's what it says. Now let us tell you about the real heaven. The real kingdom of the gods is a place that you will never reach, and you should never wish to. No human will ever visit the sacred ground of Argent D'Nur, unless they are made a god by the Dark Lords. Humanity's only purpose and reward is to serve the ascension of the Imperatrix and protect the Crucible. You will be destroyed by the demons, while I will be made a god. My immortality is assured, while you will writhe in perpetual agony at the bottom of the darkest hole in hell. You will be forgotten. Your life, your loved ones, your achievements and failures are nothing, a blank space on the canvas of time. Thank you for your service. May you rot in hell. So we know Olivia was turned into the Araña Imperatrix. The word Araña translates to spider. Imperatrix is just the female version of Imperator, which means supreme commander or emperor, something along those lines. So its English version would fit the name of Spider Mastermind. But the key thing about her last note is she said humanity is meant to protect the Crucible, so she must have known how powerful it was at some point, considering she was looking for it also. But it brings up the question, if she was guaranteed immortality from the Dark Lord, why would she be searching for the Crucible in the first place? Was it for herself? If the Dark Lord wanted her to retrieve it, he would have told her exactly where it was, unless he didn't know where it was. Perhaps the Crucible belonged to someone so powerful, and it was sealed away to never be found, not even by the Dark Lord or other beings in hell. Now onto Doom Eternal. When playing through the stage Taras Nabad, Samuel Hayden gives you information about its history. According to the Corax tablet, the city would have been lost had it not been for the arrival of the Slayer. This coincides with the rest of the story about this city. Taras Nabad was the first recorded demon attack in Argent D'Nur. The Slayer would arrive here in search of his Crucible, a weapon he used long ago to defeat the Titan that attacked the Sentinel City. It was his first battle against the demons in this world, where the legend of the Slayer began. As the Black Star ascended to its zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne, as a howling darkness began to assemble, just beyond the mountain rise to the east. The blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hellgate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous Titan, the Dreadnought, a beast to rival the stature and menace of even the mightiest Ancestral. The demon army was pushing forward as the people of Argenta started to flee north. Even though they were caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and his horde. With his coming, the holy city of Taras Nabad prepared for judgment, and amongst them stood the Outlander. Rip and tear, he roared. Ferocious in battle he was. But as the swarm had fallen, the Titan appeared invincible. The Outlander remained at the foot of the great wall in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Samarmaker, chancellor to the Mother God, hurried the Outlander away under veil of secrecy, and for reason unknown submitted him to a rite untold. The Outlander was granted divine power and speed. In the laws of the Makers, this was heresy, for Samar did not receive consent for his actions. So that Korax tablet only tells us the short version of the Slayer, the Titan, and how his newfound powers saved the city. There are 2 more Korax tablet translations in the Codex entries of Doom Eternal. It's under the subject, Fuel the Eternal Flame, but it's something I've already covered before. It just talks about how the Conmaker struck a deal with the Dark Lord. Hell would be given new worlds to consume, and soul spires would be erected to absorb the souls of the tortured people that remained. Once the souls were extracted, their bodies would mold into a demon. The souls would then be refined with wraith energy and subjected to the infernal fires of hell itself. This would create argent energy. The Conmaker would use this to avoid the transfiguration process. The Conmakers are designed to expire after a certain amount of time. By using argent energy, she would extend her normal lifespan, but at the cost of innocent souls. When we look at the full story, from when the Doomslayer spent time in Argent D'Nur and then being awakened from his sarcophagus, there is one specific Korax tablet entry that has a very interesting note. When you start up a fresh campaign in Doom 2016, the loading screen has this at the bottom. So you walk eternally through the shadow realms, standing against evil where all others falter. May your thirst for retribution never quench. May the blood on your sword never dry, and may we never need you again. This part seems to give the indication that someone knew about his battles across different realms, and when all the others have failed, only he would remain standing. It also says they hope the Slayer's thirst for revenge is never ending, that he would continue to slay demons with his sword. But the last part sounds like someone never wants to call upon the Slayer again. Who could this be? Was it someone linked to the Sentinel people? Or is it a reference to how Samuel Hayden awakened the Slayer? There's a bit of lore about hell itself in the art of Doom Eternal. It says this: bound by the forces of chaos, hell is unlimited by boundaries of space, time, or dimension. Hell is itself a living thing, an entity possessing certain undeniable sentience, and inverse image of the living world. Hell thrives on the destruction of life, and the greater the pain and suffering it inflicts into our world, the more powerful it becomes. For all of eternity, hell has been ruled by an ancient order of evil, 6 sovereign chapters of the 6 eldest demon gods, descendants of the 6 unholy bloodlines, born from the primordial black heart. For an eternity, the Nameless One has brought treachery, torment, and war to other worlds, driven by an insatiable hunger to secure its dominion over the souls of the living. Many worlds have fallen to hell, each now bound to ruin, connected by pathways of darkness transcending space and time. For the longest time, we thought hell was just a place of torment, hate, and corruption. But in the Doom universe, hell is revealed to be a living entity in some way. It feeds off the pain and suffering of other beings. The last thing that I want to look at is the lore about the Spectre in Doom Eternal. It brings up a very interesting topic within hell. This is what it says. Born from an ancient screed of forbidden psychomancy, it was the Tomaic inscriptions of the occultic 6-sealed eyes that the Spectre was made manifest, divined in desecrated ruins, untouched by light for an eternity. Warlocks of an abandoned sovereign race unearthed the verboten scripture, seeking rebellion by means of black magic against the rule of the infernal archdemons. By way of sorcery were numerous abominations and ungodly forms brought forth into the hellscape, among them the Spectre, ethereal amalgam of the Pinky. For their role in these miscreations, the archdemons would enact as retribution against its insurgents an unspeakable punishment, a decree of suffering that would be without end. Looking at this information, it seems to tell us that not all groups of demons are obedient and loyal. It gives the impression that there is an internal war somewhere, some group in hell is going against the archdemons, so they created the specter as an act of rebellion. But how would the archdemons respond for them creating this unwanted demon? Well, they would punish any insurgents who oppose them. So that's it for this video. We covered a lot of lore around the Corax tablets and other topics. If you have any feedback or want me to cover a specific topic, just leave it in the comments section. To see more lore around the Doom universe, just subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. Or you can visit my lore playlist, which has various topics from previous Doom games. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.